Hoosier Trapper Outdoors is brought to you by Hoosier Trapper Supply. K3 Outdoors, manufacturer of the Hags Bracket and Body Trap Spring Clip. Leatherwood Creek Trapping Scents, Hoosier Trapper Deer Scents, and Leatherwood Wildlife Art.
Welcome to episode 10, season 11, Hoosier Trapper Outdoors. On this episode, something kind of different. We went and rode with Matt Bredeweg. He is about 3 hours southeast of where we're at here at the shop. He's still an Indiana trapper. And for those of you on Facebook, he's pretty active with his trapping on Facebook, etc. So, good guy and good supporter of Hoosier Trapper. Known him for a long time. Been a friend for a long time. So, anyways, we went down and rode with him. We'll actually have 2 episodes with Matt. So, and we're going to do a bonus. We're going to do this episode today, and then next Friday we'll have a podcast and an episode with Matt too. So there'll be 2 things coming out next Friday. So we're kind of stacking up the month of December. After a couple episodes with Matt, we'll have 1 or 2 episodes of Justin and I on a semi-live, and then we will finish out the season with Arkansas trapping. Want to mention the Show Us Your Bottle contest. All the details are on the homepage of the website. Basically, you get a chance to win a $100 gift card. Get a picture of yourself with the either our deer scent or the Leatherwood line, which includes Top Dog. With your success, get the pictures in there, and we'll have a drawing for the $100 gift card. Want to mention the podcast, as I said, the Trap House podcast. That comes out every other week, but we'll have some special ones coming up this month. But I think that's it. So hope you enjoy the show. It's your line.
Well, we'll see what happens. You know, this is check day 11 for me.
Yep.
Last few days been kind of slow. So I've had days of 7. I've had days of 1. I had one day where I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Basically, we've been so busy at the shop. Me and Charlie haven't even got our own line out, deer season and all that. So semi-live, we're gonna go out with Matt here, check out his line, and he's a big supporter of us, and we appreciate that. And he knows what he's doing.
Long
He
time
stacks
trapper.
them up.
Yeah. So introduction, Matt Bredeweg. We did a podcast with him a couple 3 years ago when we were over here muskrat trapping. So those of you that are on Facebook probably pretty aware of Matt. And anyways, we're gonna run with him today.
We'll see what happens. I don't know.
I think it would be a good night for possums. Misty rain, front coming through,
Raccoons, possums,
and coyotes, and
we'll see.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Let's go.
What do we got?
Got a raccoon.
First location.
First check. First trap check anyway.
oh, first check on this property.
Well, no.
About the third. Okay.
So
Laying low.
for now. So it's just a natural crossing right here out of this pasture.
Oh.
So, you know, I've seen coyotes here several times over the years. Been a decent spot.
All right.
Charlie called it Possum Day.
He called it.
I
You
take
brought bad luck to the
yeah,
line.
I take no responsibility for
I
that.
think he jinxed it. I think he jinxed. This is what happens when you bring Charlie along.
I think Matt's working on saving ticks.
I think this is the first possum I caught all year. Everything's been coyotes up until this point.
So that's what you get for inviting us down, I guess.
I guess. Well, we'll get him taken care of and get it redone.
Show you the fancy remake.
Fancy.
Matt's doing his remake here. Nothing too special with blood cleanup, kind of like us. Do the best you can, make it work.
Don't worry about it.
I don't worry about it too much.
say this is unusual for December 3rd in Indiana to have this dry in there. So this is way unusual.
Well, and two, there's a lot of wax sand and peat moss already here.
Okay.
Because before, this was a big crater. A coyote had dug this out. He just didn't get caught. So this is the first catch from this spot. So, of course, it'd have to be a possum. But
That's because we're with you.
yeah, but coyotes had really dug after that top dog, and they just had this all blowed out. So I had to redo the trap a couple days ago.
You got number 3 laminated bridger.
Yeah, fully modified. They're a good trap. I don't know that they're my favorite, but they're a good trap.
Do you have a favorite trap?
Well, I like the MBs, and I do like the No BS, the Canine Extreme Juniors. I like
The junior. Yeah. Matt uses polyfill. He's not using pan cover.
And I know I don't need to use polyfill with the peat moss, but it just makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, that's the way I am. Really, with the way an MB sets as low as the pan sets and all that, there's guys that don't use anything. I still feel way better using something.
Yeah.
You got one of those fancy stake drivers.
Well, yeah, but I ground on the end of it a little, and I had to replace my cable. And the cable was my own fault because when I was driving it one time, I hit the cable and frayed it.
No, yeah.
So I had to put a new cable on it. In the end, I found out with those super stakes, I pull them with the winch on the ATV. Well, something about that, I think it bent the inside of the,
Oh, it distorted it.
it distorted it. So I thought it was a stake. It wasn't the stake. It was the anchors themselves. So
Interesting. That's one I'd never heard, but I bet if you're in super hard ground, it could.
and here the ground is it's tough.
Black gold.
Black gold, top dog, and a little bit of coyote urine. That's that.
You want that possum right there? Just throw it over in the weeds.
Yeah, that's fine. There we go.
as new.
Better than new.
So are you on the page of a disturbance is better than no disturbance? I mean, I think it's better now that you caught the possum.
I think so.
Yeah. Got one guy, he's telling me he puts a clean trap down every time that he catches something.
Why?
I don't know.
Everything smells the same.
So he was trapping with his buddy, and that's what he was doing, and he was catching a lot more. And I think coincidentally, on that particular trip, so then it became like, fact.
Hags Trapping Products by J3 Outdoors, the most versatile and efficient trapping devices on the market.
I'll stand right here for protection.
What have we got here?
I tell you what, Charlie and Justin here, they've jinxed me. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, this is a pretty one.
Yeah,
I tell you.
he's getting in the right position for you, Matt.
I know it. He's gonna spray everything out. But this has caught a coyote, one coyote, and then now the skunk. So in this real big thicket that's over here, I've got a bait station in there. I've got some footholds here on the outside in this pasture, hayfield. So hoping for coyotes and catching skunks.
It's the name of the game.
Name of the game.
What do you think, Charlie? Pretty cool location.
It's
I like the look
it's
of
an
this.
awesome location.
Got the round bells.
Great big ag field straight south of us. It's kind of a point right here. So anyway, we'll get him taken care of.
Is this one of those locations where if you can't see it, you probably ought to just stick with golf?
Yeah. So the river system is behind us here. You got two big ag fields. There's a ditch that separates, and this is the equipment crossing that we're on right now. So in the years past, it's been a hot spot. We've had a coyote or two messing with traps in this area, and today Steve got it pulled off. He put it in a set. He was using he used Top Dog and Vixen Elixir, and that was it. He didn't use any urine. So, and my other sets I've been using urine too, so he's left the urine out of the equation, picked up the dog.
Got the remake done here. As you can see, there's a hole, some droppings, some guiding as far as stepping. Lots of smell, lots of eye appeal right on this track. It's a nice drag.
This one? I got that from Charlie. Somebody said, well, why'd you paint it purple? I said, because I had purple paint. That's
So you could see
I
it.
just had purple paint. That's
Just
it.
a good practical answer.
So we got one hiding back here.
I'm in
And good. Red fox. You can definitely smell the bait station you had back in here.
Yeah.
And bringing in the critters.
There's everywhere. Those things are wicked. It's a mess. This is kind of a dirt hole flat set mess. I've got a bait station in here off to the right that smells amazing. I caught one coyote and that red fox, and I have caught a possum here too. Nothing fancy at all. Now you may wonder why I'm going to use bait right here, because I got all that bait in there, because there's stuff in here that's different, that's not in there. So it's just an added little bit of an attraction. They're going to stop and check it out. So a little top dog and a little Vicks on elixir, and we're on our way. That's that.
Get that bait pile in there, Justin. That's a serious bait pile.
Matt wasn't messing around. This is all Matt's Thanksgiving leftovers.
Q&A. So got a couple questions here, and then one of them I've addressed before. Well, probably both of them, but one of them I think I addressed recently, but I'm going to address it again. It was like, when should I stop trapping my area so I don't have to be concerned about wiping everything out and not having anything to trap the following year, or when should I be concerned about leaving seed? So, as I've said in the past, years ago, 70s and 80s, there was not much ground that did not get trapped. So there should have been some conscious effort to leave some seed. Probably realistically back then, everybody tried to catch everything they could because it had a pretty good dollar figure on its head. So, you're talking $30 coons or $40 coons. Guys they didn't care whether they were leaving seed or not. It was kind of a bad deal. But all the animals, generally, they all survived it. They all came back every year. In our present market, and the way it's been for a number of years, with nothing really worth great money, and most areas don't get trapped like they once did, I would not be concerned about it at all. If you want to trap the entire season and you're catching critters, you're going to hit some peaks and valleys in your catch, but generally I would not be very concerned about catching too many animals in an area. Really what happens is when you catch that much, other animals will definitely just continue to move in and fill that void. So, unless every county and every farm was getting trapped in that entire area, then, that would be concerning, but they're not, and that's not the case anymore. I think you'll notice out west in some of the western states where you've got active USDA trappers, state government trappers, and then also some private contract trappers. They can work on those coyotes pretty good, and you'll get in areas where there's just not that many, and that would be an example of going in and seeing the repercussion of very active predator control in an area. So they've never been eliminated. Those efforts have been there for 100 plus years. Coyotes are still there, but the numbers are definitely reduced. So that's the small exception. And in that scenario, obviously you can't catch very many. You're not catching very many. So you're probably very limited in how you're affecting the population base. So I hope that helps with the question. In other words, don't lose any sleep over it. I think it'd be fine. The other question that I want to address is full moon. Why is full moon not so good? I can't tell you specifically why, but I think animals move better on dark nights, or I know they do. If you've got it's that misty rain in December after a cold snap, all the raccoons are going to run like crazy, including possums or whatever. Coyotes move pretty much every night, but there are nights that coyotes move and they are less committed to working a set than other sets, and it seems to be if you've got a good full moon, they are less likely to commit or work a set the way they do on a darker night. If you disagree or whatever, you can put the comments down below, but we have found generally over the years that those full moon nights are just not as productive as a non-full moon night. So you can walk outside on a full moon night, particularly if the snow's on the ground. It is bright, and it's to an animal it's even brighter. So doesn't offer much cover or hiding for them. So anyways, the full moon nights are just not that productive overall. So I hope that helps, and keep getting those questions in.
Trapping plays a very important role in modern-day wildlife management. Professional wildlife biologists monitor fur-bearer populations to maintain a healthy and sustainable harvest of this important, renewable natural resource. Trapping provides recreation and income for licensed trappers across this country.